大家好，我是哈哈，我今天再带来恐怖游戏。好，也没有说是多恐怖，也就是说，进行到某一段会有点毛毛的，就四周都没人，只有我一个人。好，不要讲太多，免得观众不想看。我们赶快开始吧。好，忘了介绍这款游戏了，就是 Stanlay Parable， 我不知道是 Parable 还是 Parable， 史丹利寓言。然后这个很像电脑病毒。好，废话不多说，赶快开始。loading， 好慢。哦，没有回应了。这安整，没有回应了。读到一半没有回应，这太破梗了。哦，有了，幸好。没有的话，我怎么拍得下去呢？哦，这里又没有回应了。哦，又有了。我电脑我电脑好奇怪。哦，有了。
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
这是一个故事，那个关于史丹利。
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee
他扮演的是427号的员工。
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk.
电脑叫他按哪一个键，他就按哪一个键。史丹利
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
什么？史丹利生活在虚空？不，这是那个。史丹利很快乐。哈？为什么？这做这种工作还快乐？
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
好，走吧，继续走。关掉电脑。哦。然后所有员工都不见了，这是怎样？
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left 我记得是左边，要照他的指令做吗？不要。This
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
会议室的
admire it.
正确道路，然后他也知道。
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Left. You. 不怕。You. 走进去看看好了。
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked
有
straight
够了，
ahead
电
to
梯
the
我不要
opposite
搭
door and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
工具间，不要去。
Coming to the staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
上楼找老板。诡异。不怕。
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
啊，不让旁白说话，太好笑了。
Anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
我真是，我不要听音乐了，我要快点离开这里。我不要听音乐，不要虐待我，好不好？
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
怕，越走哟，这电梯比刚刚更哟。怕。又没有回应，又有了，吓死了！哎呦，我还以为要卡爆了。然后电梯会带我们下去哪里呢
？Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
越来越诡异了。
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read "Mind Control Facility."
蚂蚁狂错，心灵控制哦，是不是？逃跑路线吗？这条路好诡异，我要进去了，我要进去那条。好恶心哦。
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
可以按吗？按。对，我还会出2，我还会继续出2，放心。这是监视器画面吗？哎。
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Stanley 工作伙伴，哎。怕。 史丹利的工作伙伴全部被心灵控制，不会吧
？This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? 史丹利是因为被控制而高兴的吗？他被控制而快乐的吗？ 我们继续揭晓。 No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
难道他一生就是被控制的吗
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Idol. 系统待命中。那，哦对，按，小心一点，按就是那个开启心控系统。我要结束那场闹剧。我结束了吗？不会吧？这样挂了吗？这样死了吗？拜拜什么？
and a rising chill of
黑暗一股不定
uncertainty.
的神情。
Was it over?
它结束了吗？
Yes. He had
哎，
won.
我赢了。
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from
我
someone
10分钟
else's
就玩到结局了，
command.
不会吧？
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door
我10
slowly
分钟玩到结
opened,
局。
Stanley
太瞎了。
reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-worker
暂停，喘口气，继续。
gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
哎，
What other mysteries
史丹利要
did
抛
this
下一切。
strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
他走向那个开的门。
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the possibility of the new path before him.
然后一股
This
风
was exactly the way,
吹向他皮
right
肤。
now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley
史丹
was
利很
happy.
快乐，就这样，不会吧？就这样，哎，就这样，就这样，就这样是吧？哎，就这样是吧？哦，又没有回应，好讨厌，又有回应了，哎，结局吗？还有新地图，哎，不对，正结局。怕，重录一次好不好？我们就从头开始，然后继续。
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
这个房间好奇怪。哦。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left. 听他的。啊。听他的。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
等一下，重来好不好？拜托，拜托，我不想再进老板办公室了。老板办公室有点诡异。
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time. From when Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow!
What a beautiful room!
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
是要跳下去吗？顶那 jump， 站在上面好了。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the
不应
wrong
该
foot
站在这里。
here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
我下一集再来跳好了。
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
下一集再跳，这一集不想跳。我不想一开始就死。
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside.
有点
to let her back into your life.
她不是女生的，
She's been waiting.
那个女生在等我。
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this.
我不想看到女生。
Reach out to her.
因为我记得这游戏好像不是只有一个人。
Your faith in another, then pick up the
我不要
phone.
接。这插头吗？
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed
太
him,
爆笑吧！
filling him not just
现
with
在可以拔掉
radiance,
插
but
头
with hope for a life reunited one.
看那游戏是万能
Oh
的。
goodness, Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
不接
No, that
风。
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you've made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third-world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
练习，然后嘞，爸。
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
要走吗？车可以开吗？哎呦，回来嘞！哟。 还让防护网哎！
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform.
防止我们跳出去吗？哎，真的。
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
哦。 好吧，就走原路先回去吧。我很天真无邪的好朋友。 所以我们就走原路先回去吧。看后面很好，没有诡异的东西。
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left. 我们跑方，不知道这样可不可以
？No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
空间都扭曲了，你看，那个，哎，走这边好，怕，走这边好。看来蛮正常的。What the
It's ruined. I can't believe after everything we talked about that my story, you destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that moment. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
他把游戏毁了。他把游戏……不要！不要！Yeah.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here in this pile of rubbish with you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't been occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you. You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Enter the door on his left. Left 是这边。一切正常。
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
不会吧？要去那个烂 boss 的房间了。鬼。
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
要讲吗？好 ，9 shark 115，够标准吗？哎，9 shark 115。
Stanley spoke the code.
我说了。
Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver right there on the wall.
9 shark 115. 9 shark 115. 9 shark 115. 9 shark.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't miss it. Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
我说 9 shark 115. 9 shark 115. 还不行吗？
Okay,
我砸了你，
fine,
我砸了你
you're not
这
gonna do
个。
it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring
我
you
没有
this
说
far,
旁
only
白。
for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
9 shark 115。好。
When Stanley came to a set of
跑酷吗？
doors,
跑酷最会，不是跑酷，史丹利，是史丹利吗？所以上面是我们的灵魂，还有我们的主角。我现在才发现这件事，史丹利好丑，丑到爆炸。什么 ？The end，The end， 结束。Thank you for playing Stanlay Parable。不会吧 ？The end。哦。这游戏是把旁白搞疯，还把我搞疯了。真假期。史丹利说说话，拜托，选一个门，这样我们的故事有发展了。他闭眼睛吗？他在闭眼睛吗？呀！走进去，不能走，蹲下来走哎。走进去，走不进去。你在吗，史丹利？你听到这个了吗？你听到这个了吗？蹲下去踹你哦 ！Yeah， 好，看来是不行了，看来是不行了。看来结束了，我影片也拍好了，就这样。But what the hell？ 好，一切要重新开始了吗？很好，重新开始了。好，谢谢大家收看。好，我们史丹利的寓言下一集第2集再见喽，拜拜。